Alright, the next property that we are going to discuss is the power of a product. We can raise a product with an exponent. For any numbers a and b and integers n, if we have the product a and b both raised to n, then we can rewrite this as a raised to n, b raised to n. We can raise each factor ab to that same power n. So let's have our first example. So I have the quantity 2a raised to 3. The reason why I am writing the exponent of each factor because in some cases, if we don't see the exponent here, we might commit the mistake of multiplying 3 with the 2, and that's a mistake. So in order to avoid that mistake, I usually write the exponent of each factor. So now that we have the exponent of each factor, we can now distribute our exponent here. So you will have 3 times 1. So distribute this to this, and then 3 times 1 here. So you will have now 2 raised to 3 and then a raised to 3. Now we can further simplify 2 raised to 3 as 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 8. We can also use our Casio to check 2 raised to 3. So what you have to press is, so the base 2 raised to the exponent 3, so we have to use this button, raised to the exponent 3, and then press the exe. That will give us the value of our 2 raised to 3. So your 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. Then we will have now our final answer as 8a raised to 3. For the second example, I have 3x raised to 2. Again, I will write the exponent of each factors. So I will write 1 here, and then I'm going to write 1 here. And again, we are now ready to distribute our exponent. 2 times 3, and then 2 times 1. So you will have here 3 raised to 2, and then x raised to 2. But 3 squared is just equal to 9. So our final answer will be 9x squared. Alright, example number 3. So I have here 3 factors, 2 times a times b, and all of this are being raised to the exponent 3. So again, first step is to write the exponent of each factor. So you will have 2 raised to 1, a raised to 1, and then b raised to 1. Now we are ready to distribute our exponent here. So 3 times 1, 3 times 1, and then 3 times 1. So we will have 2 raised to 3, a raised to 3, and then b raised to 3. But we know that 2 raised to 3 is just equal to 8. So our final answer will be 8 times a cubed and b cubed. For the example, again, first step is to write the exponent of each factors. In this case, I have 4 factors. I have negative 2 times x times y times z. So writing the exponent of each factor, I will have the negative 2 raised to 1, x raised to 1, y raised to 1, and z raised to 1. So once we distribute our exponent here, you will have here negative 2 raised to 3, then x raised to 3, y raised to 3, and then z raised to 3. Now we have to simplify negative 2 raised to 3. Negative 2 raised to 3 means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is equal to, right, this one is positive 4, then times negative 2, it will give us a negative 8. So our final answer will be negative 8 x cubed, y cubed, and then z cubed.
Move it out to the shed, take it back into the shed. Step left, then drift. Step right, and then drift.
Okay, let's have another example. So we would like to simplify negative of the quantity 2ab raised to 4. So the first step, let's write the exponent of each factor. So your 2 is 2 raised to 1, a is a raised to 1, and then b is b raised to 1. And everything was raised to 4. Now, note that this negative here is not being raised to 4. Only these expressions inside the parentheses are being raised to 4. So, I will have here 2 raised to the product of 1 and 4. So, that's 2 raised to 4. A raised to 1 times 4, which is 4. And then b raised to 1 times 4, which is b raised to 4. So 2 raised to 4 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we have 4 factors of 2. So we know that 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, and times 2 is 16. Then I'll just have to bring down a raised to 4 and then b raised to 4. So our final answer will be negative 16, a4, b4. So in this case, C will be our final answer. Alright guys, make sure that you are answering all the problems in our packet. Right now, try to answer these 4 questions and pause the video. Once you're done solving these 4 questions, play the video and you'll be able to see the solution for these 4 questions. Alright, go ahead, solve, and then pause the video right now. Alright, so I hope that's not that bad. I hope that you're able to answer these 4 questions. So these are the answers.